Welcome to Joplin, Missouri, everybody, on a 50-degree, beautiful day outside. We're inside the final day of the 2015 ACCA Basketball Championship as we look at the consolation bracket. This is a 9 versus 10 matchup featuring the AFLBS Conquerors and the Emmaus Eagles. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you. Final look of the bracket for the guys. Emmaus coming in at 13 and 15. The Conquerors of AFLBS at 9 and 15. Let's get into the starting lineups here. We will start with the 10 seed Emmaus, the Eagles 13 and 16. Head coach Lucas Wilkerson will start this way. At one guard, it's number 25, Skylar Sandry, a junior 6'1". At the other guard, it's number 12, John LaHood, a sophomore 5'5". And the third guard is number 20, Caleb Reuter, a junior 6'1". Up front for the Eagles, number 21, Austin Noose, 6'2" sophomore, number 32, Nathan Davidson, a freshman, 6'5". Now the starters for AFLBS, the Conquerors 9 and 15 on the season. Head coach Tim Soden will start this way. At one guard, number 5, Justin Pritchett, 5'7" senior. At the other guard, it's number 12, Seth Moan, a 5'10" senior. And the third guard is number 20, Max Pfeiffer, a 5'11" senior. Noticing a theme here, folks. The other starters up front, number 23, Timothy Fluhop, 6'4" senior. And number 42, Trenton Johnson, a 6'3" senior. So all seniors starting for the Conquerors today as we're underway, with Pritchett coming up with the steal and saving it to Moan inbounds. So quick turnover as we're underway here in this consolation game. Moan driving to the bucket, leaves it for Johnson, and Johnson puts it up and in. We should mention, and this is my fault, but I know some people were mad, and Chris, who is the guy who pays me, got yelled at by some fans. This is not a fifth-place game. This is not a seventh-place game. I said that yesterday, and that was my fault. This is a consolation game only. They're not playing for fifth or seventh. There's a third-place game. There's a championship game for the men, but the rest are consolation games only. Because of the way the bracket was set up, that's just the way it works. The teams involved wanted to get opportunities in the consolation bracket to at least try to play some teams that they haven't seen before. Of course, these two teams have met once before, but so no seventh place, no fifth place. That was my fault. Please don't yell at anybody but me. Conquerors with the basketball. Here is Fluhop from downtown getting it to go, so a quick start for AFLBS. By the way, Emmaus fans, the ladies are playing as well. That is a seventh-place game. They've been having all kinds of internet trouble over at Missouri Southern, so that's where that game's going on, and they're trying their best to get that game going for you as well. So for the Eagles, Davidson throwing it away, another turnover as Moan works it into the forecourt. Moan behind the back to the bucket. Shot blocked, but he's fouled. So a turnover. And now free throws to come for Seth Moan. Conquerors winning 80 of 76 in the opening round over Ozark, then losing to Dallas Christian in the second round. And defeating Crossroads in a wild game, 193 yesterday. So they're 2-1 here in the tournament. Second free throw good for Moan, so 7-0 start for AFLBS. So the Conquerors apparently are morning people, and Eagles trying to wake themselves up here in the offensive end. Davidson, half circle. Davidson drives in, dishes it out to LaHood. Fakes the three, steps inside. Extra pass, Sandry, top of the key three, no good. Tipped rebound goes out of bounds, and it's last touched by the Conquerors. So the Eagles on Wednesday defeating Welsh 86-75. And they lost their next two against Hillsdale by 16 on Thursday and then they lost yesterday to Champion. So Emmaus 1-2 in the tournament. Caleb Reuter. His pass deflected, taken away by Pfeiffer, who drives to the bucket and scores. It is all Conquerors here in the early going. Caleb Reuter on the near side. Sandry swung over to Reuter again. Back to Schuyler between the circles. Underneath the pass from Davidson. Shot no good by Noose. And AFLBS comes up with it here. Pfeiffer top of the key. Fluhop thought about it from way downtown. Instead dribbles in, gets it to Johnson. Now over to Pritchett. Moan right of the lane. And it deflected out of bounds. Last touched by, they say, Emmaus. Emmaus calls for 30, so we'll take a break and come right back. Conquerors with the basketball, 16:36 to go, just underway. Inbound tip, Seth Moan able to get it over to Pritchett on the left wing. Pfeiffer up top. 3 to shoot now. Moan gets it to Johnson. Johnson's got to shoot it, doesn't recognize it, and it's a shot clock violation. So the ball goes back to the Eagles, looking to get on the board here. Slow start for them. Caleb Reuter. Top of the key, Sandry. It's swung over in the corner. Ball deflected. Pass by Picart, who's come on, intercepted. Nice floater off the pass from Pfeiffer. Moan can't get it to go, but Trent Johnson is there with the putback. So it is 11-0. Reuter gets it over to Picart in the corner. Reuter between the circles. Noose back to Caleb. Doubled up, got it over to Sandry on the left. Right back to Caleb, rises inside the arc. Can't get it to rim in. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Picart. 3 subs for the Conquerors. As Chris Papillon checking in. Travis Haugen on, and David Simula checking in. Again, head coach Tim Soden starting all 5 seniors today in the final game of the year. Moan into the forecourt, top of the key, Papillon. Swings it over to Moan. Corner 3, off the front of the rim. Rebound controlled by Davidson. So here comes Emmaus. Still looking for their first points of the ball game into the forecourt. Schuyler Sandry. Sandry 17.8 points per ball game. Gets it over to Tomlinson, who's come on. It's Matthew Tomlinson getting the pass back, and the rainbow shot in the lane is good. So the Eagles getting on the board. Into the forecourt, Moan. Hands it off, Haugen at the free throw stripe. Jumper off the back of the rim, no good. And the Eagles collect the board. Sandry walks it into the forecourt. Bounce pass goes to the right side, Davidson. Davidson strong to the bucket, yes, on the shot. So Eagles starting to heat it up now. Still AFLBS leading by 7. Moan into the forecourt, top of the key, Papillon. Underneath, nice pass. Gets it to Haugen, who's open. And Haugen makes it look easy. Inbound deflected by Haugen out of bounds, so Emmaus will do it again. Zandri across the timeline and into the forecourt. Dribbles to the far side, now up top. Bounce pass over to Tomlinson. Fakes the shot, dribbles in, and it deflected out of bounds. Last touched by the Conquerors. These two teams, as I mentioned, met once this season. It was a good ball game. AFLBS defeated Emmaus 67-64 on January 31st. That is a turnover, so the ball goes back to the Conquerors. First of 5 games here today. We have this consolation game, then 2 third-place games. One for the men, one for the women, and then both championship games. So that's what's coming up. 3 ball. Flu hop from downtown. It's good. And the Conquerors are rolling right now, 16-4. 6.5 minutes into the ball game. Davidson. Sandry now. Driving in, dishes it out to Picard on the right. Cross court, Tomlinson in the corner. Tomlinson threw it to no man's land, but it was tipped out of bounds by Fluhop. Micah Jacobson on for the first time for the Conquerors, as is Nathan Gunderson. Austin Noose returning for the Eagles, replacing Matthew Tomlinson. This is Sandry calling out a play for the Eagles. Sandry with 3. Floater in the lane, no good. Got it back out to Picard, but the ball never touched the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. Turnover gives the ball back to AFLBS. They're out to a 12-point advantage here in this consolation game. Moan, top of the key. Left wing, Gunderson. Gunderson gets a screen. Now Davidson on him on a switch. Haugen drives in, floats it up. Short rebound controlled by Davidson for Emmaus. Into the forecourt, Sandry. Tosses it left wing to Reuter. Here's Davidson on the baseline. Nice couple of fakes. Can't get the bucket, though. Haugen with the rebound. Simula. Now Haugen up top. His pass tipped, taken away. Good defense by Davidson. For Emmaus, it's Reuter driving in, and he is fouled. So the foul goes on the Conquerors. It's Travis Haugen picking it up. Team foul number 2 for AFLBS, 1 for Emmaus. Here 9 minutes into the ball game. Reuter strong to the bucket, count it, and the foul. So Reuter, chance to cut the deficit to single digits here. 78% free throw shooter for the top scorer in the ACCA. And that free throw will roll in. Again, folks, if you're looking for the Emmaus women's game over at Missouri Southern, as Papillon lays it up and in transition. They're having internet problems over there, so you can watch the Eagles guys while they work that out. Emmaus Eagles women playing their 7th place game against Providence over at Missouri Southern. Reuter spins left of the lane. Picard in the corner. And we got a foul called on the Conquerors. 4th team foul already on AFLBS. Davidson leaves for the Eagles. Coming in is Mitchell Patska, the freshman from Wisconsin. Noose, top of the key. Near side, Picart. Here's Reuter between the circles. Reuter takes it to the elbow and scores. So slowly Emmaus is chipping away here. It's a 18-9 game now. Scoreboard was wrong on your screen. Shot missed by the Conquerors. Now Picart out on the run. Driving to the bucket. That ball is tipped. Reuter, top of the key, Picart. Swung left wing. 3-ball by Patska. Grazes the rim and nothing more. And now we have a foul called. Jacobson up top. Simula on the left wing. Bounce pass goes to Haugen between the circles. Nearing the midway point of this consolation game's first half. Haugen, nice move behind the back. Short on the shot, though, and Picart collects the rebound. So into the forecourt. Sandry over on the far side of your screen. Sandry around Jacobson. It's swung over to Reuter on the near side. Reuter steps to the left, pops the three, no good. Rebound controlled by Papillon. Jacobson, a little up and under, no good. Put back, no, but he's fouled. Good job by Jacobson to follow the shot, and he goes to the line. So Jacobson at the line. Micah, 56% free throw shooter during the season. Free throw up and in. Well, let's go to Twitter and see who's awake here on this Saturday morning. Kristen's out there. Hi, Kristen. Saying the morning game, sometimes teams need a whole half to wake up. So do broadcasters, by the way. Jacobson trying to extend it to a 11-point lead. Second free throw in and out, so 1 out of 2. The lead stays at 10, 19-9. Sandry brings it into the forecourt. Again, folks, if you're awake, checking out the game, feel free to chat us up. Use the hashtag ACCA Hoops on Twitter. Patska cut off by Fagerstrom, who's come back in. Pfeiffer also back out there. A little fake by Picart, and he gets the bucket in the lane. So 19-11. Moan into the forecourt for the Conquerors. Moan on the court with Pfeiffer, Haugen, Jacobson, and Fagerstrom. That's the 5 for AFLBS. Jacobson looking for the cutter. Haugen had it poked away. A sub for the Eagles. Davidson checking back into the game. So Davidson out on the court with Tomlinson, LaHood, Picart, and who else am I missing here? Skylar Sandry. So that's the 5 for Emmaus. 3-ball no good by Haugen. And a rebound to the Eagles. It was 11-0 in favor of AFLBS to start this game. Eagles starting to pick it up on this end of the court, though. Working it to single digits, at least for now. Davidson able to get it over to Sandry. His pass tip taken away by Moan. Moan into the forecourt. Right down the middle, lays it up and in. Back to 10 for the Conquerors. Sandry, bounce pass taken away by Haugen. Drives to the bucket. Yes, and the foul. So Haugen will go to the line, try to complete the old school three-point play, but before that, a timeout by Emmaus. We'll take it with them. Come right back. Well, folks, I'll be with you in a second here. We got trouble at Missouri Southern with our broadcast, so I'm going to take a break here and talk to those guys, and then we'll come back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Emmaus out of the timeout with a couple of buckets, so cutting the AFLBS lead to 7. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you as Haugen is called for steps. Caleb Reuter returning for Emmaus. Coming in for the Conquerors, 2 subs. Timothy Fluhop, Chris Papillon both on. Hi to Paul on Twitter. Paul, watching the games, wanting to know if we have any average scoring for the tournament. I don't have any individual numbers, Paul, for this game. Just the amount of work that it takes to do that. We don't do it for consolation games. The AFLBS is around 85 per ball game scoring. So they're well above their average, their regular season average of 72.9 here in this tournament. First free throw good by Reuter. Toeing the line, getting the second. It's 5 team fouls for AFLBS and 3 for Emmaus. Seth Moan drives to the bucket, saw the double team, went behind the back looking for Papillon, and it's deflected out of bounds by Emmaus. Johnson came back in, gets his pass underneath. Shot is no good by Fluhop. Here come the Eagles. Caleb Reuter on the far side of your screen. Up top, it's Picart. Picart driving in, trying to get it to go over Papillon, and somehow he does. So an 8-0 run here for Emmaus. Cutting the lead to 3, and now answering right back is Fluhop as he drives to the bucket from the baseline. Again, our next game coming up, the women's third place game. It'll be Ozark Christian and Dallas Christian for third place, and that'll come up at noon. This is the first of 5 back here at Ozark. Games going on at Missouri Southern right now. They're working on it. If you're an Emmaus fan and wanting to check out the girls' game, they're doing all they can to get that broadcast going. It's been a mess over there in terms of internet. Davidson, the bucket, no good. Seth Moan rises for 3. Yes! So a couple of buckets for the Conquerors to answer back, push the lead out to 8. Picart into the forecourt. Bounce pass to Davidson. Reuter on the right wing. Reuter drives in, dishes it out. Open 3 for Tomlinson, missed it short. Papillon there with the rebound. Moan again, this time from the left, off the front of the rim, no good. And Picart with the rebound. Picart into the lane. Up top to Reuter. Reuter, the floater, puts it up, no. Offensive rebound by Caleb, swings it out. LaHood from downtown. And that will go out of bounds, back to AFLBS. Sandra checking back in. Austin Noose back out there for the Eagles. Pfeiffer. Moan now between the circles. His pass deflected. Davidson coming up with it, looking to get it into the forecourt. Now a scrum for the basketball. Players diving for it, and a jump ball is called. Pfeiffer, top of the key, Moan. Papillon, left post. Spins into the lane, shot blocked by Davidson. Papillon gets it back, though, out to Pfeiffer for three, no good. And Sandry collects the rebound. Schuyler into the forecourt, over to Reuter on the left. Reuter strong to the bucket, yes, and the foul. Like Caleb Reuter turned on the Jets that time. And he'll try to complete a three-point play. So unable to do so. Now Moan drives to the bucket. He counters with a bucket of his own, and now he'll go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. And he does. So the lead is 9 now for the Conquerors. Folks, I got to step aside again. Again, we're trying to fix the issues over at Missouri Southern. So take a quick break here and come right back. Okay, I'm back, hopefully for good this time. Emmaus women down by 3, by the way, in that 7th place game to Providence, 19-13. Austin Noose from downtown got it to go on the right wing, so 6-point ball game. The AFLBS has led since the opening tip now. Pfeiffer, Fluhop can't get it to go. Fluhop chases down the ball, gets it back now, opposite corner. Missed that one as well. So Sandry brings it up for the Eagles. Davidson on the elbow, guarded by Trent Johnson. Sandry gets the handoff. Sandry spins in, puts it up. Yes, over Moan, and the foul. Somehow got that to go. Good defense by Moan for the most part. Just got a piece of his arm. So Schuyler goes to the line, trying to complete the three-point play. 76% free throw shooter. Schuyler, talked about Caleb Reuter. He's the top scorer in the ACCA. Schuyler is 5th at 17.8 per ball game. As Emmaus gets the offensive rebound and another foul is called. AFLBS is over the limit, by the way. That was their 8th team foul after picking up their 7th seconds ago. So a 1-and-1 situation. It's Kyle Picart, 81% free throw shooter, gets the front end. And again, if you're an Emmaus fan and you want to check out the women's game, the guys working hard over there at Missouri Southern, able to get it up and rolling. Into the forecourt, Seth Moan on the right wing. 2-point ball game. Johnson gets it back out. Fluhop to the baseline. Over to Johnson right in the lane. Turnaround shot just outside of the lane is an air ball. Sandry collects the rebound. And he is fouled. So that's 9 team fouls now on the Conquerors. Still a 1-1 situation. As Sandria will walk down to the other end of the court and shoot the 1-1. 2:05 left to go here in the first half. Sandria again. Chance to tie it up if he can get both. And he's pretty good at the line, as I mentioned earlier, 81%. So Sandry, 17.8 points per ball game, is fifth in the ACCA. Also has 107 assists during the regular season. And Skylar ties it up for the first time since it was 0-0. We are even at 31. Travis Haugen checking back in for AFLBS, joining Johnson, Pfeiffer, Fluhop, and Moan out on the court. Here's a shot in the lane, no good by Haugen. Got the offensive rebound, though. Haugen on the right wing, driving on Picart, floats it up in the lane, and gets the friendly roll. So the Conquerors taking the lead right back, 33-31. Into the forecourt, Reuter. Picart driving on the baseline, can't get it to go. Cross court, Noose for three. Yes, his second three-pointer of the morning. And Emmaus takes its first lead of the day. 34-33. Trying to answer Haugen. Turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Ball poked away from Tomlinson. Reuter's there. Reuter to the bucket. Out to Noose for three again. Not that time. And Johnson gets the rebound. Pfeiffer. Fluhop on the right. Top of the key, Johnson. Over to Moan. Moan will rise for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Davidson collects the board. And got about a second difference between game and shot clock, so Emmaus will call a 30 and set up a play, and we'll come right back. Well, Sammy, I'm a little bit late getting to you, but hi to Sammy who's watching. Evidently, he is rooting for John LaHood for Emmaus, so watching all the way down there in the Lone Star State. Sammy, thanks for watching. So Emmaus can effectively run his clock down. Again, it's about a second and a couple of ticks. Difference between game and shot clock here. Picart's between the circles. They've got 7 to shoot. The pass deflected. Oh, Pfeiffer behind the back saves it to Moan. Moan in transition can't get it. And that is how the first half comes to an end. So the Eagles trail for almost all of the 20 minutes, but make a late push and take a 1-point lead into the locker room. 34-33. Eagles folks will step aside for the half and come back with the second half and first half stats after about 15 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Just about set for the start of the second half. Tim on Twitter, ask and you shall receive. Here's a look at the men's bracket as we start this final day of the 2015 ACCA tournament. Again, and I can't emphasize this enough, this is not a fifth place game or a seventh place game or anything like that. It's just a consolation game. So we will have 2 third-place games. There's one more consolation game, which will be played at Missouri Southern later on today. But these two teams ready to go here in this final 20 minutes. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here at Ozark. We'll have 2 third-place games and 2 championship games back here at OCC coming up. As Sandry drives to the bucket, he's fouled and will go to the line. So Skyler toes the line, and the first one up and good. So the stats at the half, 44% shooting for Emmaus, 41% for the Conquerors. Sandry has been to the line now 5 times, and he has hit 4 out of the 5. And we've got a foul called here, which will send Papillon to the line. So Papillon, first free throw is short. Papillon, 61% free throw shooter, taking his first free throws of the day today. And gets the second. So it's 36 to 34 into the forecourt. Sandry. Over on the right side, Davidson. So Davidson has it poked away. Papillon diving for it, and it's saved by Davidson, and I think we're going to get a foul on the Conquerors here. Well, folks, we're having I know the camera's kind of cutting in and out here, so I'm going to step aside now. I fixed everything at Missouri Southern. Now I got to fix everything here. So hang on, folks. We'll be back. All right, Chris Sheeman back here with you. Emmaus building a 7-point lead. Boy, all kinds of problems today. What can I tell you, folks? Thanks for being patient. And, you know, while I go away, if I have to go away again, which hopefully I won't, you know, you folks at home, feel free to do your own play-by-play. We have another foul here on Emmaus. So Emmaus has fallen behind 7, or excuse me, AFLBS has fallen behind 7. Foul called on the Conquerors. That's their 4th one for Emmaus, as Reuter will inbound it. So the inbound goes to Sandry. Sandry will set it up now. Tomlinson on the right. Here's Reuter at the free throw stripe. Turnaround shot is good. It's Emmaus by 9. AFLBS led by as many as 11 in that first half. Correction, 12. It was 16-4 in the first half. Papillon driving to the bucket, and he is fouled. Update over at Missouri Southern, by the way. They're still in the first. It's Providence leading at 25-23 over Emmaus. So Papillon back at the line. First free throw up and in. Lost a noose in for Emmaus for AFLBS. It's Micah Jacobson. Papillon's second effort is good. So 43-36 now. Papillon will come out. Coming back in, Trent Johnson. Full court press being shown by the Conquerors now. Into the forecourt, Skylar Sandry. Sandry dribbling to the right. Scoops it over to Reuter on the wing. Reuter guarded by Haugen. Now gets a screen to the top. Haugen able to stay with him, though. Sandry. Driving to the bucket, puts it up. Offensive foul. So the ball goes back to AFLBS here. Leading scorer, by the way, in the first half for both teams was Seth Money at 10 points for AFLBS. Leading scorer for Emmaus in that first period was Caleb Reuter, 3 out of 6. He's got, or had 9. He's in double figures now. Trent Johnson to the bucket. Can't get it to go, but he is fouled and will go to the line. So, correction, they're in the second half over at Missouri Southern, and Emmaus and Providence tied at 7 apiece. First free throw up and no good for Trent Johnson. Coming in is Kyle Picart. He'll replace Sandry. Both teams with 4 team fouls now here in this second half. 16:43 left to go. Second free throw is good, so 2 out of 2, and it's 43-37. Reuter into the forecourt. Reuter to the top of the key. Now over to Tomlinson on the left. Tomlinson and Reuter. The pass misses Caleb, so the ball goes out of bounds. Back to AFLBS. Inbound by Fluhop. Fluhop gets it to Haugen. Haugen, top of the key 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Picart collects the rebound. Into the forecourt. Picart rises for 3. Yes! From downtown. Kyle Picart with 9 now. And it's 46-37. Haugen shot in and out. Rebound controlled by Picart. Reuter bounce passes it to Tomlinson. Back to Reuter. Fakes the shot. Dribbles in. Up top, Picart. And Picart's going to back it out near midcourt here. Over to Reuter. Reuter drives in. Scoops it up. Yes! So now a double-digit lead for Emmaus, 48-37. Jacobson on the near side. Top of the key, it's Pfeiffer from downtown. Around the rim, no. Reuter collects the rebound. Reuter Picart now over to Noose. Noose drives in, got the bucket. So the Eagles have woken up in a big way. And they lead it, biggest lead for either team now at 13. Johnson. Over on the left, it's Fluhop. Bounce past Jacobson up top. Jacobson, couple of fakes. Airballs the shot, put back by Fluhop. Can't get it to go, and the Conquerors have gone cold here in this second half. Reuter throws full court. It's Noose for three. Off the back of the rim, no. Offensive rebound by Tomlinson. Caleb Reuter driving in, dumps it underneath. Noose with the dribble, and he is fouled. So Noose will go to the line. Team foul number 5 on the Conquerors. First free throw, no good by Austin Noose. 2 subs on. Sandry checking back in. Davidson back out there for Emmaus. Checking out is Pfeiffer for AFLBS and Seth Moan returning. Free throw no good. Or excuse me, second free throw is good, so it's 51-37 now. Into the forecourt. AFLBS trying to get going on the offensive end. Jacobson in the corner out to Fluhop. Fluhop back to Jacobson. Steps inside the arc. Can't get the jumper, but got hit. And will go to the line. Micah Jacobson, 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe today. And gets the first one to rim in, his second point of the late morning. Second free throw, no good. Tipped rebound, comes back to Johnson, who lays it up and in. So 51-40 in favor of the Eagles. Driving strong to the bucket. Sandry can't get it to go. The putback by Davidson, no good. Johnson collects the rebound. Outlet goes to Haugen. Haugen floater is short left of the lane. Ball tipped out. Haugen's got the rebound. Spins. Shot in and out. Trent Johnson another rebound, and he's fouled. Team foul number 6 on Emmaus. And we're going to get a timeout by the Eagles, so we'll step aside and come right back. AFLBS firing a three, no good. The ball deflected, and we're going to get a foul called as players going for it out on the court. And the foul's going to be called on Emmaus. That's team foul number 7. So AFLBS into the 1-and-1 here. Moan, front end is good. And folks, I hate to do this again, but I'm going to have to shut down the talking portion of the broadcast so I can deal with the camera and try to get it to stop flickering. All right, folks, Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here in Joplin. 55-45, Emmaus with the lead. I think we have our issues taken care of, so 11:21 left to go. A lot of fouls here in the second half, so Seth Moan going to the line. Moan, first free throw bounces up and in. By the way, if you're an Eagles fan, ladies are winning as well, 40-35 in the second half of that game. So 2 out of 2 at the line for Moan, 8-point ball game. Sandry, bounce pass to the cutter, the reverse by Reuter, yes. Nice pass by Sandry to find him. I mentioned he had over 100 assists during the season. Moan driving in, can't get it to go. Ball deflected around, and Reuter picks up the rebound. So Reuter rising from downtown, off the back of the rim, no good. Papillon the rebound. Outlet to Moan. Fluhop strong to the bucket, yes, and the foul. So Fluhop gets it to go. Fluhop, 71% free throw shooter, will try to complete the three-point play. And does. So it's a 7-point ball game now, 57-50. Midway through this second half, women's third-place game between Dallas Christian and Ozark is coming up at 12 p.m. And a turnover as the ball will go back to AFLBS here. Conquerors into the forecourt. Moan on the right. Up top, Fluhop underneath Papillon. Spins, shoots, and scores. So 57-52 now. Sandry, the reverse, no good. Offensive rebound, Davidson is put back around the rim, no. Tip for the rebound, Papillon coming up with it. Throwing full court, Fluhop. Gets it out to Moan on the right wing. Moan takes it to the elbow. The shot is no good as Davidson, the defender, came to help. Here is Reuter on the elbow. Can't get it to go. Davidson tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Sub for AFLBS. Travis Haugen is checking in. So Moan into the forecourt now. Papillon, turnaround shot on the right block, got it to go. So here we go. Here come the Conquerors now, down just 3, 57-54. Sandry into the forecourt. Gets a screen, takes it up top. Over to Noose on the left. Here's Picart driving right at the lane. Picart, couple of fakes. It's swung over to Sandry. Sandry out to Picart. Corner 3 is short. Tipped rebound is controlled by Papillon for AFLBS. Top of the key, Moan. Pfeiffer dribbles in, gets it out to Haugen for 3. Yes! And we are tied at 57. Both of these teams erasing double-digit leads in this ball game. Here's Sandry into the forecourt now. Top of the key, Davidson. Can Emmaus answer back? Davidson's pass deflected by Moan, but they call a foul. Coming in is Tomlinson for Emmaus. Jacobson returning for AFLBS. And going to the line, Nathan Davidson, just 46% during the regular season. So it's a 1-1 situation as the Eagles look to get the lead back. First free throw off the back of the rim, so no good on the free throw. Rebound controlled by Gunderson. So Gunderson out on the court with Jacobson, Pfeiffer, Haugen, and Papillon. Pass underneath, deflected. That's the 5 for AFLBS. Noose for Emmaus with Tomlinson, Davidson, Picart, and Sandry. That's the 5 for Emmaus. Haugen scoops it up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Picart. Sandry into the forecourt. Sandry top of the key. Davidson over on the right. Nowhere to go on the elbow, so he backs it back out to Sandry. Sandry doubled up, swings it over to Noose up top. Sandry had it tipped and take it away. Good defense by Pfeiffer, who comes up with the steal. Haugen looking to get it underneath. Papillon somehow got it over to the defender. Noose can't get the bucket, though. Sandry. Picart, baseline shot, no. Rebound controlled by Gunderson, and we're going to get a foul called on Emmaus. Tied at 57. And again, double bonus situation for Gunderson. First free throw up and in. So AFLBS, which led for most of the first half until Emmaus made that late charge, gets the lead for the first time here in the second half. Second free throw, no good. Picart with the rebound. And we're going to get a timeout by Emmaus. So we'll step aside, 58-57 AFLBS, 6:46 left to go. We'll be back. Back to live action, everybody. 6:42 left to go. Reuter has it top of the key. Davidson now on the near side of your screen. Tomlinson checking back in. Over to Sandry, takes a dribble, back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson dives in, out to Sandry. Open three is short. Rebound controlled by Haugen. Full court pass, flu hop. Extra pass to Haugen, open three, can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Emmaus. Tomlinson, over to Sandry. Reuter floats it back over to Tomlinson, drives in, scoops it up and in. Well, back and forth we go now, 59-58. Three ball off the back of the rim, no good. So Sandry into the forecourt. Sandry right of the lane, into the lane, and lost the handle, no call on the contact. Coming up with it was AFLBS flu hop, but had it poked away. So the inbound to Caleb Reuter, who returns after getting a breather. Reuter swings it over to Sandry. The top two scorers for Emmaus. Sandry gets a screen at the half circle. Shot no good. Haugen with the rebound. Into the forecourt now. Haugen sets up the offense. Haugen over on the right. He'll rise for three. Yes. If you give him just a little bit of space, he'll make you pay. He does there, and it's a 2-point ball game. Over on the near side, Davidson for the Eagles. AFLBS looking to win its third game here in this tournament. Emmaus looking for their second. Reuter up top. Picard around two defenders, gets it out. Tomlinson with the shot clock expiring. Three went in and out. So Pfeiffer into the forecourt now. Jacobson out to Papillon, or excuse me, Flu Hop strong to the bucket, and Flu Hop is fouled. So Flu Hop goes to the line. AFLBS is in the double bonus. Flu Hop was in the act, so that doesn't really matter. Just point of reference. First free throw up and in. So AFLBS up by 3 now. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Jacobson came out as Pfeiffer returning for AFLBS, and it is a 2-possession game now. 63-59. Picard into the forecourt. Bounce pass to Tomlinson on the elbow. Over to Picard. Top of the key, it's Sandry. Tomlinson on the left. 13 to shoot, had it poked away. It's a steal by Moan, throws full court. Pfeiffer's all alone, glides in for the easy 2. So the Conquerors up 6 over the Eagles. Reuter on the baseline, doubled up, out to Davidson out on the wing. Top of the key, Tomlinson over to Reuter. Reuter, the 3, no. Tip for the rebound. And Papillon comes up with it. Then they call a foul on AFLBS. That's the 9th team foul, so 1-on-1 situation for Emmaus here, and Davidson. Austin Noose checking in for Tomlinson for Emmaus. Davidson can't get it to go. Tipped rebound, and Noose will get there. Oh, he was over the line. His foot was over the line, and the officials missed it. So Emmaus catches a break. Sandry gets a screen, fires the three, an air ball, and that goes out of bounds. So Conquerors get it back. And we're going to get a timeout by AFLBS, so we'll step aside. 2:54 left to go. Good one shaping up. AFLBS leading by 6. We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you, as we have been all weekend long. Boy, these 4 days, they really fly by. You spend about 7 days, 7 to 10 days preparing, and then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it's over. Folks who have been on Twitter, we've had some issues at both gyms today, so I haven't been able to talk to everybody. Let me just say, whether you're on Twitter or not, it's been great getting to chat with you folks. Out of the timeout, Haugen driving. Can't get the bucket, and it goes out of bounds. Moen tried for the offensive rebound, but he stepped on the line, so the ball goes back to Emmaus. And hopefully you've all enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed bringing them to you. Myself and Kurt over at Missouri Southern, who has done a great job as well. Last year was the first year we did this. And we've been building from there, and we'll continue to build as Sandry's shot is rejected, but they call a foul on the Conquerors. So Sandry's going to go to the line for 2. Both teams are into double bonus now. And that's the 5th foul for Papillon. So Papillon's day is done. Trent Johnson will check back in. Final 2:13 for, there's no seniors for Emmaus, but several for AFLBS as the first free throw up and in for Sandry. Chance to cut it to 4 now. Justin Pritchett, Seth Moen, Pfeiffer, also as seniors, so is Fluhop and Trent Johnson, who came back into the ball game. 65-61, 2:09 left to go. So the 5 Conquerors seniors looking to close out their careers as winners. Pfeiffer on the left, Haugen top of the key. Over to the right, Fluhop. Scoops it up over to the defender, can't get it to go. Davidson with the board. Picart into the forecourt now. Here's Sandry. Dribbles to the near side. Now to the top of the key. Bounce passes it to Davidson. Hands it off Picart. Under 90 seconds to go. Picart, fake, shot, and air ball. Sandry saves it to Picart. Picart with the fake again, this time closer in, gets it to go. It's a 2-point ball game now. Fluhop flies down the court, and he bounced past it nowhere. So, bad decision there as the turnover gives the ball back to the Eagles, who could tie or take the lead with a 3. Sandry into the forecourt. Here's Reuter. In the corner, Picart. Picart to the top. Drives in. Noose. Corner 3. Can't get it to go. And the rebound Pulled down by Fluhop. Into the forecourt. Seth Moan. 8-second difference between game and shot clock. So the Eagles are playing defense here. Moan drives to the bucket, and he is fouled with 23.1 seconds. Big free throws here for Seth Moan, one of those 5 seniors we told you about. Fouling out is Davidson for Emmaus. And checking in, Matthew Tomlinson for the Eagles. Yes, on the first free throw for Moan. So it's a 3-point game. Moan can make it a 2-possession game here if he connects on this one. Third place game between the ladies, Ozark and Dallas, coming up at noon. And Moan gets both. So Eagles got to go quickly here. Sandry into the forecourt, and now Emmaus will call for time. 19.2 seconds left to go. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside. Welcome back, everybody. 19.2 ticks on the clock left to work with for the Eagles, who trail by 2 scores. Picart will inbound it. Tomlinson back to Picart. Picart, well, they got to go quicker. Reuter catches it deep. 10 seconds left to go. Reuter's got to get going. Reuter's got to shoot. Reuter to the bucket. The reverse is good, but that took most of the time, 15 seconds, and now the inbound the Moan, and he's fouled with 3.5 as Reuter signals the foul on him, but they're going to give it to Sandry. So that's his 4th. 2 free throws for AFLBS. Seth Moan again at the line, and these could wrap it up for the Conquerors. Conquerors came in with 7 wins. If they can seal this win, they'll win 30% of their games this season right here. Moan leaves room open as he misses the first. 3.5 is not a whole heck of a lot of time to go to length of the court, but crazier things have happened. Moan missed the second. Rebound to Johnson, and foul by Reuter with 2 seconds. So Trent Johnson's fouled. And what a hustle play by Johnson to get the offensive rebound. So Trent at the line with 2 seconds. Yes on the first. Gunderson checking in. Fluhop, the senior, leaving. Second free throw in for Johnson. And we're going to get some subs here as AFLBS has wrapped this one up. It'll be their 3rd win of the tournament. The seniors are going to leave. Seth Moan checking out. Say goodbye to Max Pfeiffer as well. One of the seniors, Justin Pritchett, checking back in for the final 2 seconds. Inbound to Reuter, and Reuter will dribble it out. So AFLBS ends the season 10-15, winning 3 times here in this tournament. Emmaus falls to 13-17 as their seasons come to a close. Folks, if you're in Iowa, if you're in Minnesota and parts surrounding, it's been great talking with you these past few days, and hopefully we'll do it again next season. So again, your final, AFLBS 69, Emmaus 65. Third place game for the ladies coming up at 12 o'clock. It's Ozark taking on Dallas Christian. So come on back for that one. And Emmaus fans, good one shaping up at the end of the women's game, so you can flip over to